Now the second thing, what are they fighting for? What are they fighting for? Can you tell me today?
Our freedom.
Has the President articulated his mission there?
No.
No. No. All he's articulated is a withdrawal date. If that's your mission, if your mission is a withdrawal date, I'm going to put him on the line for two things. You defy victory to me because I believe in victory over there. I believe in freedom, and I believe terrorism doesn't grow in democracies. It does not grow in free places. I believe in the mission. But if he does not, as good as our military is, they cannot succeed without the aid of the commander-in-chief. You defy victory, and if your definition is a withdrawal date, make that withdrawal date tomorrow. I don't want to lose another man and woman over there. That's where I stand. Now, what do we do with this? It's people power. People power campaign. That's what we've been talking about all day. We're grassroots level. We do everything in the community. We're going out, we're making one community. We're going out to parts of the community that we don't normally go to. And that's how we're going to win this thing. We're going every corner of it. You can have a part of this. Where you at, Val?
Where am I?
Val?
There. Raise your hand.
Last week or 2 weeks? What was it? A week ago, 2 weeks ago, we paraded through the community?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We paraded through the community. Val came up to me and said, you know what? I think if we lived here, because we had this big caravan, Popaditch for Congress, towing our billboards, all this stuff. And I tell you, that stuff does better than any commercial we could buy in prime time. Completely free. Well, except for $4.50 a pound. But it's grassroots, it's people power. And Val came up to me and said, you know what? I think if we let people intermix into our caravan, they'll be less ticked off about being stuck behind our caravan. And we might gain a vote or two doing that. Val, you probably turned your vote into 5 doing that. I was riding a lead vehicle with Pete's brother Al was driving a lead vehicle. You probably gave Al an ulcer. He kept looking back. What's all this kid? You know, he just kept trying to keep everybody together. He didn't know what you were doing, which makes it even funnier. You love to put that little mix up in there. So that's who we are. But we are a people power campaign. We do it, and Greg Stevens, Pastor Greg Stevens, another great American, he used to say that every politician should be like Jimmy Johnson, should carry all their sponsors on their suit like a NASCAR driver. Should have to paste them all over with logos. Hey, I'll take that Pepsi challenge. I'll take that any day of the week because I have power by individual contribution from private citizens. I'll do that because that's what I believe in. I believe in one set of civil rights. One set of civil rights for all our community. You want to drive the left crazy? Every time they talk about taxing the rich, use one of their terms on it. That's institutional discrimination. And lots are trying to defend that. Because what they're doing is a civil rights violation. They're saying this person has this and we should take it. Why? Because they cheated. If they did, let's prosecute them. If not, you do not have due process. Institutional discrimination. Use the left's tactics against them. It works. Use their arguments against them. They can't withstand scrutiny. We'll take it out there. And I didn't want to stop talking without answering the lady in the back's question about the voting, voter ID. Who's that asked a question about the voter ID? I agree with John Borough to a limited extent. Now, let me answer the whole question. I don't want the federal government to think that it has no business. Federal government has business in that because it's a civil rights violation. Every dirty vote cancels the vote of one of you here in this room. You're an American citizen. You have a right to vote in democracy. Every dirty vote cancels it. You want to drive the left crazy? When they start saying, what about this? It's discrimination because there's people without checks or without IDs. Show me that person. That's what a politician in D.C. says who doesn't live in our community. Show me that person who doesn't have an ID. I want to meet them. They don't exist. Everybody receives a check of some sort in this country. If you show me that person doesn't have an ID, I'm showing you a person who's independently wealthy who never has to cash a check. Doesn't exist. Don't let that baloney argument fly. So that's who I am. I think all my beliefs are out here. I think I'm in a room full of people that we may not agree on everything, but I think we agree on the greatness of this nation. I think we agree on our neighbors. I think we agree on getting our neighbors together, one community. Now, let me close on that. Let me close on that. Because this military thing, They're cutting their health care now too, by the way.
Yes.
And you know what I saw? I saw the first argument come out from our side and say they're cutting theirs, but they're letting the unions go.
Yep.
It's a good argument. Don't fall into it. Don't let them do that to you. They love to divide us. They love to say, take it from him and give it to me. Take it from the union and give it to him. No! One set of rules for all of us. Don't fall into that division. We're one community. We're not, the union's not the one in the wrong here. The military's not the one in the wrong here. You are, Mr. President. Don't let them divide us. You are Congress. You are the one in the wrong. So don't let them divide us. Don't fall into that. That's what they want. They want us down here on the street fighting with each other. Let's unite. Let's unite as one community. Talk to your neighbors. Register those individuals who aren't registered. Volunteer for whatever you feel is worth volunteering in here. If you don't find it in here, find it somewhere else. Because I'll tell you, the state government is more jacked up than anything we've talked about today in the federal government. Volunteer. Get involved. I'll stand with you. I will. And on that, Derek, can we take questions? Get the heck, am I getting the hook?
Take it. No, you can take a couple questions. I won't hook you yet.
You want to hook? Yeah, all right. So please, I would answer any questions you have for me.
What's the district you're in?
I run in the 53rd Congressional District, and what that is because they took 51, the old 51, and on the redistricting, they split Chula Vista in half. East Chula Vista, get my directions right? East Chula Vista out there, which is East Slade, everything east of the 805 is now the 53rd Congressional District. West Chula Vista, where we're sitting right now, is still the 51st. I live on the east side of the 805, I'm in the 53rd. I'm running for the 53rd Congressional District now.
Does it go north?
It goes north. It's a great district. What it is, it goes all the way up to Mission Valley. It goes Mission Valley, it's all the way west to Balboa Park, to Hillcrest. East, all the way to El Cajon, to 2nd Avenue. North is kind of a little, shaky up there in various places, but basically about 2 to 3 miles north of the 8, relatively. And then south, it runs almost all the way down to the 905 with regard to Chula Vista. It's if you were to look at it on the map, it looks like the continent of Africa. With the Horn of Africa down here, or the Cape of Africa being Chula Vista, West Africa being Hillcrest, and the Horn being El Cajon.
You got it on your flyer, on your book.
Yeah, well, excuse me.
Yes, sorry. My eyesight's not good. I'm not aware.
We get stuff from Susan Davis all the time, but we're in Point Loma, Sugar Island.
Yes, you get stuff from Susan Davis because before the redistricting, Susan Davis is the congresswoman from 53, which used to be the city of San Diego, Point Loma, Coronado, Imperial Beach. None of that stuff is 53 now. 53 starts in Hillcrest and goes east.
That's now the 50, if you're
That's
in
now
Point Loma,
52,
you're
yes.
52.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but
Oh, shoot.
Right now.
Hey,
Right.
do you have a trifold?
On the table in the back.
Let me get you a map real quick here.
Susan Davis is representing me, but I don't want her to represent
I'm the subject of Susan Davis representing me, but I don't want her to represent me. We got provided that for a long time. Let me give you some good, actually, I'm just going to hand it to her so she had it. On the subject of that, let me give you some good news. When Bob Filner made the decision he was going to run for mayor, he stopped voting in Congress. So those in the 51st, we got an improvement. No vote from Bob Filner is better than a vote from Bob. I'll look at that, stay away forever. I don't care if you ever go back. It'd be nice if we could stop paying him.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Semper Fi, guys.
Number 5. Hey, Semper Fi, let's talk about that. Believe in something bigger than yourself. Always faithful. Because people always ask me that. They say, when you got Marines in combat, how do you get them to charge into machine guns? And there's all these theories on it. Oh, you do it because the guy you left you right. You know his girlfriend back home's name, and you know his kids' names, and if he's going, gosh darn it, you're going. That's true to a limited extent, but what I can tell you is most of the firefights I was ever in, I couldn't tell you half the names of the guys around me. It's something bigger than that. And it's something that's in this room. It's belief in bigger than yourself. And for us, it's simplify. Always faithful. God, country, poor. For you, it's God, country, family, whatever it is. But it's a belief in that thing bigger than yourself. And here we are right now. Because my first mentor in the Marine Corps, he said, Pop, he said, this job's about being a 04 Marine. It's easy out here in the sunshiny day to say simplify. But the real deal guy is that one at 4 in the morning. Who believes it then? When you're cold and tired and wet, wounded up against the wall, who believes it then? That's the real deal guy. Sunny Saturday afternoon when you could be out doing anything else, but being in here making a difference in your country, you believe in it. You're here. Share that faith. Share that faith with your neighbors. Grow our ranks. Grow our ranks. Because we'll grow. We'll grow. And I'll tell you right now, this is good because everybody's tired of the presidential stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I know I am. I know more about Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich and Rick Santorum than I care to ever know. Give them an option. Tell them. Say, do you know who Sandy Gionis is? You need to get to know him. You know who John Borup is? You need to get to know him. You know what AB 32 is? I know everybody in this room does, right?
Yeah.
I bet your neighbors don't. When you get your SDG&E bill, you don't pay it so high. AB 32. Do you know who your assemblyman is? Oops, he voted for it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good case that you can show them the road for where I'm standing.
Yeah.
How would I?
Need to close out so we can clean up and get out of here.
And God bless the iCaucus, the people who put this on. I am so blessed.
This is the volunteer sign-up sheet. If you're not motivated to help one single candidate, you're not motivated to do anything. You volunteer for next campaign, you can call, walk the district, we're doing our first.
We're walking next Saturday. Sign up.